Hey, I'm Spencer.
And I'm Britton.
And I'm Matt Collins.
Since 2011, Buckethead has released 300 albums in his Pike series, and we're going to listen to them.
3 at a time.
This is Getting Head. Bucketcast.
Welcome, people with beards, people without beards, people who want beards, and people who don't want beards.
That's a lot of beard talk.
And Gene Wilder's
Mustache?
Gene Wilder's ghost, also him as well.
Okay.
This is episode, guess what, baby? 69! 69! Nice. Episode 6. This is episode 69.
60 fucking 9.
Of
We
Gettin'
made
Head.
it.
69.
60 fucking 9.
Holy shit.
We have a guest today, returning guest.
Returning guest.
Our most
Hey.
returned guest
Yes, that's true.
of regular episodes, at least.
Yeah?
Yeah, well, and that is because I bully myself to be on this show. I hassle you guys to say, when can I be on, Gettin Head, a Bucketcast again?
We told you were coming on 69.
Yeah. We were like,
But
that's
we didn't
because
mean about
I
the
said
episode.
I'm coming on 69.
Yeah, exactly. We weren't talking about the episode, but then
Yeah.
you ended up here anyway. So,
uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's
such an honor to be here, you guys. And seriously, the guests that you guys have had on the show, I was seriously intimidated to come back on. I was like, oh no, they've picked their pussy up. I am.
You're talking, of course, of Prince Midnight, who made the Lars Ulrich toilet, right?
Yeah, and
of
the
course.
Uncle Guitar.
And Uncle Guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh my god! Wait! Are you serious? You had Uncle Guitar on?
Yeah. That's our
Oh
Prince
my
Midnight
God.
episode. Listen,
Yeah.
to that. It's amazing. He has an amazing artistic philosophy.
Yeah.
He is the nicest dude.
Yeah.
He is just such an interesting human being.
And he's just like, yeah, my uncle loved metal, so I made him into a guitar after he died.
No.
Yeah.
I know,
It's
and
so cool.
I've talked about it on the radio.
Uh-huh.
It's on, guys, the thing called the radio.
Whoa,
But
hold up.
Hold on.
Uncle Guitar.
But I'm telling you, dude, it is a story that affected me, and then I get to go into Ride the Lightning or some shit. Like that is the perfect story
exactly.
for my job.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
You guys are just having a laugh, and then you go play Mario Kart or something. I am fucking living it. There's a Hesher. There's a Hesher somewhere out there in the valley that's working on their IROC that has Spencer's haircut because he was born with that. And then he hears me
And
talking
the
about an
mustache.
uncle.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And it was just a beautiful thing. So I'm intimidated to be back on the show.
If you'd ever like to interview any of our guests, they're all very cool people.
We got
Just-
contacts.
Yeah, let us know.
We got
We'll
contacts.
hit them
Yeah,
up, ask
I will.
if they're cool with that, and I'm sure they'd be happy to.
Hell yeah.
I will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So what's new with you, Matt?
What's happening?
Last time you were on here was episode 50 something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's 52 maybe.
Yeah.
And I came out with the movie about the Anchorage comedy scene, and you guys shared it on
Hell yeah.
Instagram and stuff.
Mhm.
And thank
Yeah, it
you
was
for
awesome.
that.
Absolutely.
Appreciate that. Thank you for watching it.
100%. It was
Yeah,
great.
it was
I loved
awesome. Yeah.
And,
Super good.
And so if anyone is, listening or watching this and is curious about the comedy scene in Alaska, it's called Why Not? You're in the Life of the AK Comics. And that's just something I wanted to throw out there for everybody because it was
100%.
a year that I put into it. And then it says what I want to say about the scene and one of my, favorite hobbies. So
Yeah.
I'm very happy to have the platform. Other than that, I have been rocked by Britt recently because his Raffi post went viral.
Oh, yes.
With Raffi
Yes.
sharing it.
Yes.
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 That was incredible.
So I've been reposted by a lot of blue check marks before,
Mm-hmm.
but honestly, none of them has meant fucking anything to me
Yeah.
until Raffi.
Yeah, and knowing Brit, I had a feeling that was going to be the case.
Yeah.
And seeing that was indeed the case, that was amazing. Yeah.
And it was Raffi's most liked post of all time.
That fucking
And
rules.
Hell yeah.
that, as someone who is a huge Raffi fan, and has been a huge Raffi fan for all my fucking life.
Yeah.
Will you describe the meme for everyone in case they haven't seen it?
Yeah. It's a meme that's like, I took a scene from like a hardcore show where someone's stage diving, right?
Uh-huh.
And then in the background, I photoshopped a picture of Raffi, and it says like, when the ding-a-ling-a-ling intro drops on Raffi's banana phone. And it's like the guy just going hardcore, the
Like
crowd's going
stage
hardcore.
diving. Yeah.
Oh, everyone goes bananas, and you can like hear the meme. It's one of those things.
Yes.
And I've had such a connection with Raffi recently because, as you guys know, I have a baby, and I'm an old man, so I of course force the things that I listened to as a child onto him now.
Yes.
And
As you
Raffi,
It's the best kids' music. It's still the best kids' music.
Yeah.
I straight up I can sing all of singable songs for the very young, front to back.
Yeah.
You put that shit
and
on.
it's not about selling anything.
No.
It's not this Coco Melon stuff like, it almost seems one step away from being Spider-Man impregnating Elsa type of stuff. There just seems to be something weird about it.
It could be.
There's just something...
Yes.
It could be, but there's something so pure about this 32-year-old man in a Hawaiian shirt, just with an acoustic guitar doing Baby Beluga to these children in the 80s.
Right.
And we've been watching YouTube videos nonstop. And so it's been wonderful to have that reconnection and rediscovery of Raffi, and then for it to be put into a context that's fucking awesome, like a hardcore show Raffi. Because it would be me, it'd be Britt, it'd be you guys, and I'd be going nuts if he did bumping up and down on my little red wagon.
I should really just like take a fucking census fail like video or something and just put peanut butter sandwich over it.
Yes, peanut butter sandwich, yum 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 yum.
A peanut butter
sandwich made with jam.
One for me and one for Dad.
Sandwich made with jam.
Stick. Oh god, that's
so
slaps.
So fucking good.
Slaps.
Yeah.
That rocks.
Yeah.
Oh
it's
my
so
God.
good. And my wife is telling me that he actually takes, like, some of the songs are old hymns.
Yeah.
Like classic, deep Christian old hymns, and, makes them about, just like whatever the fuck. But yeah, I was never the church. I was never the church going type, and she's like, "Wait, isn't that like I laid my lamb down in the shadow of Satan or something?"
At the same time, he doesn't like, he's not preachy or anything like that. He's obviously Christian, but he's like, he is a super woke Christian, and so I've always loved Raffi, and like me, like for a long time, whenever I got high, I'd just sing like Raffi songs and shit.
Yeah, since I've known you.
Yeah, basically. And so, like, I totally forgot what I was going to say. Yeah,
excellent.
I lost my train of thought. Raffi
we were just loving on Raffi.
Yeah, we love Raffi.
He's a humanist, and
that's
actually
the
been
so he recently last year he when the whole BLM protests and stuff were going on, he just started posting a ton of pro Antifa stuff.
Hell
on his
yeah!
Instagram,
Oh, I remember that. Yeah,
and I was like, "Excuse me, Raffi is Antifa."
That fucking
and
rules.
he just kept on posting it, and like
legend.
And people would fucking like talk shit, and he would like delete them and block them. And I'm like, whoa, excuse me, Raffi is based and goated? What is this?
No surprise there.
Really, no surprise, but it was just like, huh? Because he was just openly posting Antifa shit all the time, and I was like, dude, I mean, not
rules.
like, Antifa throwing bricks at stuff, but like, like pro Antifa, like Antifa means anti-fascist and fascism is bad shit. And I'm like, dude,
It's just so dope that he backs it up, because so often, I mean, like Bill Nye the Science Guy, or Beekman's world. I don't know what Beekman's doing. Maybe he's some deep state motherfucker now.
Definitely deep state crisis actor motherfucker. Beekman.
Yeah, Beekman was there on January 6th. We all know. He tried to make it Beekman's White House, but that didn't work out.
Beekman's capital. Beekman's
but
insurrection.
just Rappy is just still as
Beekman's Insurrection is the name of the episode.
Definitely.
the Beekman's rat is the one that gets shot.
Yeah,
it's great.
Pretty
Rappy
good. Oh my god.
What's new with you, Spencer?
Oh my god, actually a lot. Okay, so much. Okay, so my mom is a bit of a bleeding heart, specifically towards animals.
She should see a doctor about that.
Shut up. Specifically,
don't all hearts bleed? Isn't that what they do? Isn't that their function?
That's what they do, Britt. Okay. That's what they do.
They pump.
Thanks, Mr. Science.
You're welcome.
Anyways, specifically towards cats. Okay. She has a thing about kitty cats.
The butthole cut?
Yeah, the butthole cut, specifically. Cats 2019, the butthole cut, release it. Namaste.
Oh, word.
Yeah. No, but so specifically the thing about cats. So last month, she found a cat outside, as she does, and is like, you're coming inside with me. Brings the cat inside. Takes the cat to the vet, gets it all its shots, gets him neutered, all this shit, and then has this new cat that she found outside. Mm-hmm. Cool. Well, that cat, new cat, outside cat, and her existing cat do not get along.
Oh, no.
Bad times. So, thing is, my mom kept getting cut up, getting fucked up by these cats, trying to, separate them while they're fighting, and she's getting, bit by the cats and getting scratched by the cats, and she's sending me these pictures of her hands, and they're all, mangled fucking meat. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? You brought this cat in from outside, and now, the cats are fighting, and,
now she has hamburger hands.
Hamburger hands, and, yeah, you want a hamburger helper, not hamburger hands.
Straight up. You want that glove. You want fucking, what was that?
Yeah.
That rap EP, that the hamburger helper glove?
Whoa.
Fucking, do you remember that?
No.
It was
no.
It was called Watch the Glove, I think. Watch the Throne.
No,
it was an EP released 3 or 4 years ago, and it went super viral because people are like, wait, what? This is a hamburger helper rap album, and it fucking slaps? Because
it spits fire?
There was a lot of people who thought it was, I think, Jay Electronica or something like that, or someone like that, and
okay,
no one knew for sure who it was, but they think it was a big rapper, and it honestly, check it out.
Okay,
big recommendation early in the game.
Wow,
fucking Watch the Glove, the hamburger helper rap EP is sick as fuck.
I love that.
Crazy.
Nice.
Anyway, continue.
Is it better than Macho Man's rap album?
Nothing is better than Be a Man by Macho Man Randy Savage.
That is quite a record. Quite a record
so
indeed.
Anyways,
yeah, my mom's dealing with these cats fighting, and then so she's like, I need you to take the cat. And I'm like, the cat you found outside and just brought inside, you need me to take the cat? And she's like, yes. And I'm like, fine. Okay.
Wow.
So
I've been telling you to get a cat, so this is perfect for me.
I know it is perfect for you and a lot of other people in my life who are like, you should get a cat, and okay. So, anyways, there's a cat in my house now.
Yeah, it's hiding. I haven't seen it.
It's hiding.
You claim there's a cat.
I haven't seen the cat either since the cat showed up.
We don't have proof the cat exists.
So there's a cat.
How are your hands?
Yeah, my hands are good so far. Not hamburger yet.
Okay.
They're looking good, looking lean.
A hamburger helper.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that's what's up with me. I got a cat in the house. Also, I got really stoned before work on some weed tincture and wore Crocs to work, and that was a vibe.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. I don't normally wear Crocs anywhere, but it wore to work.
I gave Spencer some Crocs for Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas birthday. Crocs. Yeah.
No, I got you a Steely Dan's ticket for your birthday. Those were for
right.
Christmas.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah.
By the way, you need to take off work for that.
What's the day?
I'll let you know.
Okay.
Yeah. Good time. with
Hell yeah.
Crocs.
Good
I love
times.
Crocs.
So
What
yeah,
kind of Crocs were they designed?
They're just
Or
the
are they
black
those,
ones.
straight black. I didn't want to complicate it and make him go like, oh, these look dumb, because like they look
well,
dumb as they
so
are.
I've been looking at those weed leaf Crocs.
Those are pretty
That's
sick.
a pretty. That's
But
a
you
good
can always
look.
get weed leaf jibs too. So
I want a weed leaf Croc,
that's fair. That's fair.
and then I'm gonna make some of my own jibs.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I like the cut of that.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh.
69, baby.
69.
What did you get high on? You said weed something?
Weed
What?
tincture. So a buddy of mine at
What's
work.
that?
A buddy of mine at work is like, "Yo, you want some weed tincture?" I'm like,
is it the bean guy?
"No, it's not the bean guy. He doesn't smoke weed."
Oh my God, Bean Dad works at your place? That's awful.
No, some guy who eats beans straight out of the can for lunch.
Yeah, he's rad.
okay.
He's rad.
That's better.
He's a legend. He
listens to noise music and eats beans. From
Yeah,
the
he
can.
only listens to noise music and he eats beans out of a can. It's amazing. He's a legend.
Legendary.
Love him. Such a rad dude. Anyways, no, not that guy. Different guy. He was like, "Hey, you want some weed tincture?" Weed tincture is like you take a really high proof alcohol and then you just grind up some weed and you soak it in it for a super long time until it releases all of its stuff. Because alcohol, much like oil, is a lipid and it will remove the THC from the flower.
So you take a shot?
Well, so you could do that. That would fuck you up, my friend. Let me tell you. So basically,
alcohol is not a lipid but a solvent. So
my apologies,
lipids
yes.
will dissolve into them, but it's not a lipid like oil.
yes, sorry, correct. Thank you for correcting me there. Yeah, it's a solvent, but it still does a similar process.
Who's Beekman now, motherfucker?
I believe the January 6th committee wants to speak with you.
Beekman's on the no-fly list.
Oh shit!
More like Beekman's iced earth.
Oh shit! Yeah, when the Beekman cries. Anyways, Jesus Christ, the glorious Beekman.
Shut up.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what would be a good meme, actually? You know that Iced Earth album, Alive in Athens?
Yeah.
You take that, but it's Alive in DC, and it's the picture of him in the... Yeah. Anyways, it's stupid. Well, anyway, so like my friend made a bunch of this weed tincture, which is like soaking the weed in the high proof alcohol. I don't know what kind of alcohol he used. I think he used Everclear for it. It tastes fucking gnarly. Like it burns. It's crazy.
They played the Alaska State Fair a couple times.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
But anyways, he like brought me a jar full of it to work, and so I was like, "Cool, slurp, slurp," and then fucking went back to work.
You suck his dick?
That's gluck gluck.
Yeah,
Okay, it's different.
You on that drink? You on that drink?
You gotta say thank you for the weed tincture. I mean, I don't know. I thought that was just standard practice.
He's being polite.
Yeah,
He's being polite.
Yeah, I'm a nice man. So yeah, buddy gave me the weed tincture. So I've been sipping on that shit. That's been pretty interesting. So I do a lot of edibles. Tincture is very different than edibles. Like the way it affects me, it makes me stoned, but it doesn't make me tired.
Okay.
Which is interesting because edibles make me really tired, but the tincture gets me stoned but doesn't make me tired. So I have all this energy, but I'm stoned, which is a weird feeling for me because I'm used to being very stoned and having no energy.
Right.
So I don't know. Do you smoke weed, Matt? Do you do the marijuanas?
I do edibles.
Edibles?
Yeah, love me some edibles.
I do edibles, and that's my preferred method.
I
wish I had,
especially like with a kid and stuff. I feel like edibles or maybe vaping is definitely the way to go. You don't want to take the chance of getting them a fucking contact high or anything like that.
No, that's true, but you
Like,
also don't want to take the chance of like some delicious gummies sitting around.
Yeah,
and,
exactly. That too. Yeah, like because
but,
like personally, if I had a kid, like I would want them to eventually be a stoner, but I would not like to start them early. I think that's very irresponsible.
Yeah, totally.
yeah, and all of us have like a memory of seeing our parents drunk and just how weird that was.
Yes,
but I know for
true.
a fact my dad was like stoned every single day
and
of
you
my
only
life.
have happy memories of that because he was
And,
just
and
like,
I didn't even know it until
chill.
I was 30.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought he was just like a laid back dude.
Yeah.
So alcohol is obviously a far more destructive force.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's no hassle because a bottle of booze, a kid doesn't want it. But a delicious limeade, or I like the weed lemonade because
the drinks
all
are
of
great.
the doses.
They're super like set. Yeah, they chill me the fuck out. I like those a lot.
Hell yeah,
it's good. And if I had a vape, I would do it, but it's just so expensive here. I just can't take myself to like spend $100 on this little thing.
Yo, dog.
Yeah,
if,
it's just
if you
fucked
want
up.
like the good shit. Like I can send you a full vape kit for like $40, man. Just
all right,
good
deal. I'll do that. I'll hit you up. We'll talk. We'll talk after the podcast. And
sure.
hey, if you have any like weed fans up in here, like, hey guys, love the show. I love all the Buckethead dudes out there.
But let's talk about Bud, okay?
yeah. Bud Head.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Speaking of which, have you Neil Young and Joe Rogan?
Yeah,
I respect.
Yeah.
I respect Neil Young so much for that because like that's such a Neil Young thing to do to like just start a fight you have no hope of winning.
Funny thing about that though, like he doesn't own the rights to his music.
He does. He owns 50% of the rights.
I thought he sold them.
No, 50% of them.
Okay.
Some Gnosis or something like that.
I bet those people are pissed.
They own whatever. I mean, they own 50% of the rights, but Neil Young owns the other 50%. And yeah. So
I heard Spotify was taking down his music.
So I did the math on this. He has 6 million individual listeners a month, and an average of 4 to 5 songs listened. So he was making like at very minimum like $100,000 to $150,000 a month from Spotify. Or actually, I guess half that because he only has half the publishing rights. But yeah. So
that's amazing.
Yeah.
So here's the fucking crazy thing about Spotify. There's like, yes, for small musicians, yeah, you're not going to be making money on Spotify. But if you have music that gets a lot of listens, you will make a lot of fucking money.
Most of Drake's money has come from streaming.
Yeah.
Which is he's one of the few artists, but like he has made over $100 million from streaming rights, which is nuts.
That's fucking crazy.
Wow.
But
Neil Young, I mean, how many songs of Neil Young's do you love? I mean, it's in the teens easily, but
literally, the entire album of Harvest is track for track, perfect.
And that is a really good album.
Every single song on that album is amazing and like a single. Like it's one.
But
of those
I also
like,
tried to listen to his Rockabilly record from like 1983, and there's like one song on there.
So his 80s stuff isn't my favorite.
Metal Machine music,
but then when he comes back in like the late 80s, early 90s with his like kind of like proto metal kind of stuff, it's all like Keep on Rockin' in the Free World. That whole album, fucking rules. And Neil Young, like that dude is a killer guitarist. He's not given enough credit for his guitar playing, but that dude has been an amazing electric and acoustic guitarist since the late 60s. Just incredible.
Yeah. And to just like come from that school of being old and not giving a fuck and just going like, I don't like this whippersnapper Joe Rogan and the things that I don't fuck to that
guy.
No.
It's either me or him, Spotify.
Sure.
And I think it's just really good that he's taking that stand.
Yeah, and he's already got $200 million in the bank, so he's going to be fine. And his wife, Goldie Hawn, is worth over $20 million, so they'll be fine even if he loses all his goddamn money. That's right, he's married to Goldie Hawn. Yes, correct.
Wow, that's surprising.
There you go. Fun fact. Fun bucket fact.
Star of, what is it, Overboard?
10? No, wait, no, that was the other one. Anyway, yeah.
Overboard,
Wasn't she married to, and then he died, Patrick Swayze?
That sounds right.
No.
No, maybe. No, that was Farrah Fawcett, right? Well, I don't know.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
Anyway.
All right, anyways, Goldie Hawn. It doesn't, that's wild. So, So Goldie Hawn is married to Neil Young, and then her daughter was married to the guy from the Black Crowes, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. That's
wild.
Yeah, one of the Robinson brothers. So they've just got something for those, like, scrawny country boys. Weird.
I guess so.
Okay.
We love to see it.
Well, Raffi still
In a way.
slaps.
Indeed.
And
Raffi still
I think
slaps.
Raffi would...
Yeah.
He would threaten Joe Rogan, too.
Dude,
Raffi would go off on Rogan hardcore. That'd be awesome.
I would love that. That'd be great.
Yeah.
You know what I also would love?
What's that?
If Britt, you would be so kind as to hit us with a bucket fact.
Not quite yet.
Not quite yet?
Because before that, I have a new segment for us.
Do tell.
That's, I don't have a theme for yet.
Okay.
But it's time for goth news.
Beneath the weeping moon, it's goth news. Goth news for cool dudes.
So in goth goth news this week. Nicolas Cage has come out as goth.
This was my favorite article of the week.
He bought a pet crow and has come out of the closet as goth. Cage says, from an article, Cage's pet crow is named Hugin and lives in the actor's Las Vegas home inside a geodesic dome.
Of course he does.
According to Cage, quote, he has taken to calling me names. It's comical, at least. It is to me. When I leave the room, he'll say, bye, and then go, ass. Crows are very intelligent, and I like their appearance, the Edgar Allan Poe aspect. I like the goth element. I am a goth.
I fucking love it so much. Yes. Yes.
I love it.
One of us. One of us.
Congratulations to Nick Cage on being a goth.
Yeah, congrats. Big shout out.
That was goth news. Thank
That's
you.
cool. That's cool.
Some Wicca Phase Springs Eternal shit right there.
Yeah. Give me a bucket
I love
fact.
that. Oh, yeah.
I guess I can do that.
Yeah, I hope it's goth. This fucking has come out as goth.
Bucket fact, 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 bucket fact.
Unfortunately, I do not have a very goth bucket fact this week. This week we're going to.
It'd be pretty cool if you did.
It would be.
Just gonna say.
I mean, Buckethead is, in my opinion, goth.
Yes, and in my Instagram following's opinion as well, Buckethead
Yes,
is also
definitely
goth.
So this week we're going to keep going down the rabbit hole of the more obscure Buckethead projects.
You mean the bucket hole?
The bucket hole of the more obscure bucket projects. This week we're discussing the album... The B-hole, yes. This week we're discussing Octave of the Holy Innocents.
Okay.
Which was a collaboration between bassist-composer Jonas Hellborg
Oh, wow.
and Buckethead and drummer Michael Shreve.
Whoa, what?
Now,
I didn't know about this.
I should note that Michael Shreve is, I think, the only Buckethead collaborator that I have met in real life.
Huh.
He lives in Seattle, is, I think, one of the part owners of Seattle Drum School, and fronts a band called Michael Shreve's Spellbinder.
Oh, I went and saw them with you.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That
okay,
guy.
Yeah.
That guy?
Yeah,
Wow.
that guy.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's amazing. And his bassist,
Yeah.
Farco, incredible.
We saw them play at that fucking bar that's no longer
the White
there.
Rabbit, yeah.
The bar? No. It wasn't that.
It was called the White Rabbit for a while. That's when they first got their
It's a
residency
barn
there.
in Fremont. Yeah.
It was called
Oh,
the White
okay.
Rabbit, and then they changed their name, but they were originally the White Rabbit. Anyway,
Okay. Yeah.
their Spellbinder is incredible. Go listen to them if you have a chance. Hellborg met Buckethead in 1992 via Bill Laswell, with whom he'd been collaborating since the late 1980s. Hellborg was already well established, having previously played with Mahavishnu Orchestra and John McLaughlin,
Yep.
as well as Ginger Baker and Bernie Worrell in another project. Hellborg also knew Michael Shreve through some previous musical connections and was invited onto the project. Shreve is probably best known as the original and most recent studio drummer for Carlos Santana, having written a good chunk of the first 7 Santana albums and drumming for Santana at Woodstock at 17 years old, making him the youngest performer at the original festival.
Wow. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
Right? According to a 2004 interview with Hellborg for the Octave of the Holy Innocents reissue, he said, quote, "The music on Octave of the Holy Innocents was recorded with Michael Shreve, one of the truly legendary drummers of the world, and, at the time, a relatively unknown guitarist, Buckethead, who has since become one of the most important voices in the electric guitar community. When looking over the tapes of these sessions, I discovered tracks that I did not use the first time around. So there are no extra songs on the reissue, but a fundamental reworking of all the compositions of the first release.
Whoa.
Some new light on this music that I did with 2 of my absolute favorite musicians. As I wrote years ago, in a world of premeditated mass murder by governments, of rampant pedophilia,
Whoa.
of
What?
values turned inside out by media tycoons in order to make money, of torture and unchecked genocide. Who is innocent? We need to protect innocence.
We need to return to innocence.
Yeah, we do. Not only individual rights to be innocent, but also innocence as a source of beauty, creativity, and wisdom.
Return to innocence.
The project is a truly unique experiment, with Jonas playing a fairly mixed back bass with incredibly present and frantic drums, and Buckethead playing only acoustic guitar.
Huh.
It is incredibly different.
That sounds like a cool record.
And probably, honestly, my personal favorite of the one-off Buckethead collaborations. So go check out 1993's Octave of the Holy Innocents, or honestly, the 2004 reissue is even better.
Wow.
They're so fucking cool.
That's wild.
Wow. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
You think it's on Spotify, or Joe Rogan ruined that too?
Yeah, you should send a link to both of us, Britt, so we can check that out. 'Cause that sounds tight as fuck. Speaking of things that are tight as fuck, here's some of not those things. We listened to 3 Pikes this week.
Pikes.
Did we? Did we really listen to 3 of them, guys?
I listened to all 3 of these.
I did too. I listened to some of them like 1.5 times. Pike 205, 206, and 207.
You're going to have to get into that.
I will. Pikes 205 through 207, 2 Days Till Halloween, Cold Frost, Happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock, and 365 Days Till Halloween, Smash.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We did it.
So if I recall, the last episode you were on, we were listening to these, right, Mr. Matt? Or were we?
No, we weren't listening to those.
Okay.
We were listening to regular Buckethead albums.
Yeah. Okay. They were. I mean, they were Pikes, but they weren't themed to be Halloween.
Okay.
And it's weird that these were released, I think, like 6 years ago, and were they not in the Halloween season? I mean, it just seems like really bad timing. That are these actually Halloween releases?
Yeah. Well, yes. So 2 day. We'll start off with Pike 205, 2 Days Till Halloween, Cold Frost, which was released on October 30th, 2015, just 1 day after 3 Days Till Halloween, Crow Hedge. So basically what the series is it's called 31 Days Till Halloween, and he starts on the first day of October, and every single day he released an album until November 1st.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, what a waste of his time.
I know. And almost
for real.
Basically all but 1 or maybe 2 of them are just straight up noise albums.
Yeah. Just ambience.
This has been our burden.
Ambience.
Our burden for the past 10 weeks. This is the 10th week we have been listening to these Buckethead noise albums, and thank fucking God.
Yeah,
thank fucking God.
We finished. We made it through, dude.
It's over.
Literally, when I found out this was last week, I finished. I came all over.
We love to hear it. Thanks, Britt.
Yeah.
You were edging the entire month for 10 weeks, and then you're finally able to just plow.
I was edged like U2's guitarist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Since Pike 205 is called 2 Days Till Halloween, Cold Frost, I want both of you, starting with Matt, to tell me about the coldest weather you've ever experienced.
Wow, that is a fantastic question. And I think that the coldest weather I have ever experienced was -10, and it was windy, and I was a smoker at the time.
Oh, no.
And so I was here at work, and we were doing morning show stuff. So it was like 5:30 in the morning, and it was more of a social thing than anything else. Everyone at work was smoking cigarettes, and we go out there. Yeah. And the wind is whipping around the building with, it's that kind of cold where there's not a lot of snow on the ground, and it's clear up there. So it's like basically it's radiating cold from the sky down into this thin layer of snow, and there's nowhere else for it to go, but it bounces back up into you. Like if you were around 6 feet of snow, I think the snow absorbed some of that cold, right?
Yeah, right.
But no, now it's just like ricocheting back into us. And it was cutting through our coats, and you're trying to smoke this cigarette, and we were literally taking drags, and screaming. We were going, and we ran away. So
Yeah,
negative
as
10
you do.
with the wind chill. I'd probably say it was knocking on like negative 20, maybe even negative 30 with the wind
That
chill.
fucking sucks.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, it was gnarly.
Yeah. So you probably know my story of the
Is it going to be the
Fairbanks.
story?
Fairbanks.
Can I tell my part of the
Yeah,
Fairbanks story?
Go for it.
Okay, because like that's also my story for the coldest weather I've ever experienced. Because you have a different part of that story.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this is what I thought of when we were listening to this album. Is like so. Back in the day, when Britt and I were playing in a band in Alaska together, we played a show in Fairbanks, Alaska, with another band called 12 O'Clock High, and we drove up to...
And Daps Befallen.
Oh, yeah, well, they were a local band of Fairbanks, but us and 12 O'Clock High drove up together in like a caravan of sorts, 2 big vans, and we drove up to Fairbanks, which Fairbanks is about an 8-hour drive from Anchorage, 6 to 8 hours, I guess.
In the winter.
Yeah, because it was in the winter. This was in the middle of the winter.
January, I think.
December or January, something like that. And we went up to Fairbanks to play this show. And we played the show, and the show was whatever. We didn't really spend a lot of time outside. But after the show, when we had to like load out our gear and go to the hotel, that's when we realized that things were fucked because it was negative 40 and it was fucking insane. And we had to bring all of our gear inside of the hotel room because, well, our gear would fucking break.
Or someone would steal it.
Or someone who would fucking steal it because it's fucking Fairbanks. Fairbanks sucks shit. So... here we are, 9 dudes, and we rented 1 hotel room.
Thankfully, they let us put all of our equipment in the hall.
Yes, that's
so
correct.
all of our equipment was in the hall. However, the hall was completely unheated.
Yes.
And it was negative 30 to negative 40 outside, so the hallway itself was probably like 10 degrees.
Yeah.
At best.
Yeah. The hotel room, though, because there was 9 dudes in it, was... fucking sweltering.
It had to have been like 90 to 100 degrees.
Yeah, at least 90
And one of
degrees,
those people was Mercy Caulfield. Love Mercy, but he's literally one of the biggest people I've ever met.
Yeah, he's
got to
an enormous man.
6'7".
Yeah,
like,
6'8", maybe.
Like 300 pounds probably. Just a
gigantic man.
Just a gigantic
huge.
person.
Yeah.
And so like everyone there, it's all metal bands who just played a sweaty ass set. And so like we all go to sleep there.
Oh, and like, so there's 1 bed also.
Yeah.
There's 1 fucking bed. And so it was me and 2 other dudes on the bed.
I was one of them.
You were one of the bed dudes?
We decided
Who else was on the bed? It was Ray?
We decided to
you,
let,
me, and
I
Ray?
think, all of the skinniest people to
Yeah,
And so I think it was
Ray.
Justin, the drummer Justin from 12 O'Clock High on the bed also.
Oh,
because it was
okay,
just
okay.
all the skinniest people.
Oh, right. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely
And
makes
then
sense.
everybody else was on the floor, and then Mercy was sleeping in the tub.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But so it, like with everyone sleeping in the same place, like it became sweltering, like
So
swelteringly hot.
Well,
So
hold on,
Yeah.
before you go outside, one of the funniest things was like, in the room, there was a window, and because it was so hot in there, because of the moisture buildup from all of us, in the morning after sleeping there, with it being negative 40 outside, there was a layer of ice on the inside of the window that was
Inches thick.
maybe about 6 inches thick.
yeah, it was nuts.
It was fucking
It
insane.
made no sense.
But yeah, anyways.
So like we all go to sleep, sometime around midnight or something maybe. I wake up at like 3 or 4 in the morning and I'm just sweating balls. Like,
it's so fucking
it's
hot
a
in there.
fucking much like the Monk theme song. It's a jungle in there.
Yes, big monk energy.
And so
Yeah.
I'm like, shit, I need to be out of this room for a second. Maybe I'll just like hop outside a little bit and like smoke some weed or something. So I take my pipe and go outside, and I walk outside, and there's a bank kind of near us, and I just look over the sign, and it just says like negative 39 degrees or something. And I'm like, I think that's the coldest I've ever been. And I raise my arm and I hear this cracking. And I realize that all of the sweat on my body has frozen, and I'm literally covered in a thin sheet of ice. And I'm like, this isn't worth it. And I just go immediately back inside. And go back to sleep. It was miserable.
It was fucked.
Coldest I've ever been. Fuck that. Speaking of fuck that, Cold Frost, released on October 30th, 2015, just one day after 3 days till Halloween Crowhedge. Well, would you look at that? Another mildly horror soundtrack noise album.
I think that this one was actually the best one of the three.
Maybe I think maybe the third one was about as good, but it's like
This one has some synths on it. At least.
Sometimes it has some melodies that repeat for like a minute, but then they're dissonant, and he's over it, and he just stops and does more nothing.
Yeah,
it's not great.
I hit play, and so I wasn't 100% sure what I was expecting, except that in the message when you gave me my assignment, you apologized profusely. And I
try to be
hit
polite
play.
about these types.
yeah, I do the same thing in my guest messages. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's all good. I was excited to be on the show, and I was like, all right, I can't wait to get into more Buckethead. I hit play, and the first couple of the note happens and the sound, and then I think like 6 seconds in, there's like a little blip, and that blip sounded like John Carpenter kind of synth, horror stuff. And I went, oh. And then 2 seconds after that, I went, oh. And I knew exactly what I was in for.
Yep.
That is exactly my feelings about the whole thing.
That's what
you're in
happened.
for. Yep.
And I wish that he had slightly less good taste in horror movies, because I feel like what he tried to accomplish, at least with the Three Pikes that I listened to, and I guess he did an entire month of this stuff, so you can obviously be a much better judge, but it was the perfect soundtrack to a VHS horror movie. Thing.
For sure.
A shot on video horror.
Yeah, very, very shot on video.
Excuse
energy.
me.
Yes,
Sorry,
definitely.
I said that incorrect. But yeah, things, right?
Yes.
Like feeders.
Yes,
Sledgehammer.
Feeder. Big feeders energy for sure.
If you haven't seen Things, it's huge Things energy. Almost more than anything.
Yeah.
Things is like the most shot on video horror movie.
I don't know.
Made.
Feeders is pretty fucking bad, man. I don't
Sledgehammer and Axum also give a run for the money there too. Yeah.
Just the most dog shit horror 1992 stuff that you can do. And he does it so well. But I don't want to fucking listen to
No, like I'm fine with it if it's in a horror movie, but like without any other stimulation besides the music itself, I'm like, I'm bored.
Yeah.
I
feel that.
And you would think that he would be a little campier, but I guess Buckethead just takes Halloween so seriously that it's not fun. It's like the guy at the D&D game who goes into the rules so hard that you're like, I don't even want to, this isn't fine, whatever.
Totally. Yep, we hate that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take away Goth points, because it's he's just taking it too seriously. This isn't.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So what, okay. Mm-hmm. What bullshit snack cracker is this album?
Ooh, that's like this is
Chicken and a Biscuit, the album.
Really? I think it's more like the multi-grain club crackers. You're like, oh, club crackers. Oh, multi-grain. Because the club crackers are so buttery and tasty.
Yeah, that's actually a better take than mine. I only mean like Chicken and a Biscuit has a vibe to it. I don't mean to hate on Chicken and a Biscuit. It's more like the idea of Chicken and a Biscuit. I feel like is bullshit.
Kind of tasty ass crackers.
They are pretty good crackers. They're very savory.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are they? I don't know. I'm not into it.
They're
I don't like.
So to me,
Chicken and a
they're like
Biscuit.
club crackers, slightly dusted with the fucking chicken ramen fucking
Oh,
flavor.
Yeah.
But you know what I feel like when I hear that though is beige cupboards,
Yes,
like you're at your grandmother's house and there's an inch of cigarette soot on the cupboard when you open it, and that's where you get the chicken and the biscuit. This has huge soot energy.
Yes, you get the cigarette smoke stained chicken and a biscuit from like 4 years earlier.
Yeah,
but it's unopened, so you're like, I guess I can eat this, but do I really want to?
Very, very.
You know what this also is? This is also like the plain rice cracker.
Ooh, no, thank you.
Like, a rice cracker is great if it's flavored, but a plain rice cracker is some fucking bullshit.
That's just for psychopaths.
Yeah, no one wants that.
No, definitely
Like,
not.
So you know those cheese crackers with like the red stick that you would use to spread
you spread
the
it on
cheese thing?
crackers, yeah.
This is the red stick.
Yes,
perfect.
you're totally
perfect.
right.
Yes, this is just eating the stick. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You have finished the cracker, and then you're a little kid, and so you just put that red piece of plastic in your mouth for, fourth period or whatever the hell,
Why not?
You're just sucking on that for the rest of the day.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
That's pretty great.
Indeed. Pike 206. Happy Halloween! Silver Shamrock, released on October 31st, 2015.
Yeah, it was.
What blew my mind with this one was in the comments, someone was complaining that nothing happened.
Yes,
and
yes,
dude,
they were.
We just had one the previous day that was more of this. And
Right.
apparently there has been an entire month of this.
What did you expect? I saw the same comment, and I was like, seriously, what did you expect? Like, what, why?
Yeah, and honestly, so I figured going into this, I figured for Halloween we might get like a Halloween present, and Buckethead might give us a treat,
Yeah,
like
an album.
Yeah,
maybe like a real album.
Trick or treat. We hold out our bags, and he gives us actual music. But
no,
instead,
he gave us a trick,
He gave us a trick, and and toilet papered us.
and not the good kind of trick you pay $80 for
Yeah.
behind the Krispy Kreme.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
It was
a sound effects album would have been great.
Right.
I would have some wolf howls,
Right.
a creaking door.
And instead of treats, he gave us tricks, and he like TP'd us, but he didn't TP us with clean toilet paper. He wiped his ass with it and fucking threw it on us.
Well, he
and
needs to get a bidet.
He made us a mummy out of shitty toilet paper.
Yeah, he needs to get a bidet.
This album is a shitty toilet paper mummy.
Hate that. Wow.
Yeah.
That's gross.
It has more guitar than the last album, and I don't know if the
But
last
it's just
album had
guitar with reverb on it, and he's just doing stuff.
It's detuned guitar that he plays dissonantly, and it's got a bunch of effects and reverb, and it like in the words of Austin Powers, it is not my bag, baby.
Oh.
Can I talk to you? Can I ask you guys a question?
Absolutely.
Please.
And I think that I'm getting most of this stuff from you guys because I'm a huge fan of your account.
Oh,
but I think that like noise music is having a moment. There's a couple of TikTok videos that I'm watching where it's like alt people and like they're showing the society of noise music. More so than I've ever seen before.
Yeah.
Like I have met before this year, I have met one person who is into noise music in my life.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of like popping up everywhere. Will you just what the fuck, I guess, is my question.
Well, okay, I can answer this.
Music?
I can too. I've got a great answer for this.
Go for it.
And I guess when I say noise music, I sound like a fucking idiot because it's not me. What is noise? I think is what I'm supposed to say.
So for me, when noise, like a lot of genres exist, right?
Yeah.
And we've gotten to the point where we have so many of genres that we have offshoots of those genres and like explorations of those genres that are known as post that genre. I think personally that noise music is essentially post music. It is an exploration of basically the fundamental parts of music, which are tonality and rhythm, just completely stripped down, which I understand, and I understand how it's appealing to somebody, but I think it gets fucking boring.
So, to build on that, to answer your question, Matt, about noise having a moment, noise started to creep into the mainstream a little bit in about 2018 with the rise of popular meme pages on Instagram like Insane Johnny.
Yeah.
Because Insane Johnny, if you don't know who he is, he's a really like famous noise musician, and he becoming a sort of like meme icon in a way inadvertently made noise music more accessible to some people, which then kind of snowballed into noise music becoming associated with memes, which
Right.
then snowballed into people actually taking noise music seriously because of the memes. And now we're in this post-ironic period where people are looking at noise music separate from the memes, even though originally they looked at it because of the memes.
And so I would, directly attribute it
Yes.
to Insane Johnny as well as 4chan's slash MU
yes.
board.
Yes, that's a good point too.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
like-
both of those.
Yeah, both of those
for
things,
sure.
like-
and Fantano, Anthony Fantano.
You're
for
not
sure.
wrong. Like, the needle drop definitely had a part in that because he likes noise.
And also like other musical artists becoming more popular, like Death Grips, because Death Grips
Okay, I was
takes
just about
but
to
that
say
takes a
you
lot
say
of
Fantano,
all of
and I
this
think
goes back
Death
to
Grips.
4chan slash MU.
No, for sure.
yeah.
But like Death Grips becoming popular, I feel like them having a very abrasive sound and taking influence directly from noise stuff
Yeah.
and sampling noise, I think like it helps give that a sort of legitimacy to
Right.
mainstream people that it wouldn't have otherwise.
At the same time, you have a lot of other artists who are very popular now, like Arca, Sophie, Bjork has kind of always played around
Yeah.
with noise stuff. Like,
For sure.
There's
Radiohead even.
Yeah, I was going to
Yeah.
actually say Tom
Yeah.
York is very into
Yeah.
noise, and Johnny Greenwood soundtrack stuff. Very noise.
Even Trent Reznor and
100%.
what's his name?
Trent Reznor says
and Atticus Ross's
Trent Reznor
soundtrack
is a
work.
huge
Yeah.
noise boy. Like
Yeah, for
Ghosts,
sure.
Ghosts is noise.
No, Ghost is ambient, but
Ghosts, a lot of it's noise.
no, it's
ambient.
ambient.
Noise.
No, it's not really noise. There's melodies to those songs, so
not
like
all of them. There's
most of them.
definitely some like wind sound songs and shit. Like
I would definitely not
he
call it a
definitely
noise album,
does
but he
noise.
definitely does noise. No,
he
that's for
does
sure. He does
on
noise.
that
Yes.
album. Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so noise became a bit of a meme, but also like there's been noise subcultures in a lot of big cities. Like there's definitely a noise scene here in Seattle. Like when I was playing bass in a post-punk band right before COVID, like we were playing a lot of shows with noise artists. And so like they would often be like the kind of like openers where a guy would set up a folding table with a bunch of pedals on it and then like hit a bass with a drumstick for a while.
He wears like 3 different masks. And
Wears a
pulls one
bunch of
off after
masks
every
and
3
like
songs.
and screams into the mic and like it's all done in complete darkness and like it's an
Yeah.
aesthetic. It's a thing that people do.
And I get the aesthetic, and I do, and I'm just, and I appreciate it. Like I say, take it to the fucking limit.
Right.
But I'm also sitting here thinking, like, what is the situation that noise is appropriate?
Okay, so
and
can I-
then my second question would be, where does Buckethead noise stack up with people who
Okay.
are actual
Oh,
so-
noise
so-
artists?
Now we're getting into
one
it.
thing I will say is so there's rock, and then from rock emerged art rock, where people started to explore the more tonal and like primal things within rock.
David Bowie's Berlin period, if you will.
Yeah, and or like Yoko Ono's fucking John's and Yoko's stuff together.
John Zorn.
John Zorn, if you will. And so like I believe that noise is almost a response to that, and it is like noise rock, but with the rock completely stripped out. And it is just left with the elements that make it art, which is cool. And it's an exploration of noise as art without it being music.
Yeah, a lot of people that I know that are into noise music, like specifically my friend who only listens to noise, he likes the sound art aspect of it. He's into textures. A lot of noise people that I've talked to like textures a lot, meaning like noise compositions where it is completely atonal. There's no melody. There is no music. There's no rhythm. It is just a textural ambient experience. And that ambient experience can be aggressive. It can be like loud. It can be chaotic, but ideally it is a sound art experience. And so, yeah.
Actually, I think I might actually have a way to completely explain noise music. Neurodivergence. Next question.
But yeah, no, like where does Buckethead's noise experiments stack up? Buckethead's noise experiments are
They're noise.
they're
but
not traditional noise music. They are
I don't know anyone who listens to noise who likes Buckethead noise albums.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah, so I would say it's not for fans of traditional noise, but also it doesn't really seem to be for Buckethead fans either, so I'm not really sure who it's for.
Yeah, that's the thing is I feel like these are just incredibly low effort Buckethead projects, and that's it. And that's like the thing I like about Buckethead is he's not low effort.
Well, hold on a second. I don't think that they're low effort, and the reason I don't think that they're low effort is he has made at least 31 of them, and that counts for, 16 hours of music total.
At the same time, I feel like he recorded those 16 hours in about 20 hours. Which is like,
maybe.
They're not polished. They don't feel focused. They're not, in my opinion, well written and structured like his other pikes are. Mm-hmm. Like, they just don't stack up to the other pikes at all. And so I feel like this is a low effort from him.
Yeah, I can understand that. And
he's also making one every day.
Yes.
Which is like, how much effort can you put into an album that you make in a day?
I would say if these pikes were things that he was performing live as a noise artist, I think they would be more interesting than as they stand currently. Because
I would fuck with him performing noise live.
Here's the thing, part of noise music or part of the noise scene is like noise shows. And that's a lot of the reason that people like noise. People that like noise, the reason they like it is because of the live performance aspect of noise.
It's primal, it's stripped down.
It's primal, it's stripped down, and it's like it's an experiment in like how can we vibe to something that has no vibe.
Right.
Basically.
But we should really move on from noise.
Yeah.
Since this is
Thanks for the great questions, Matt.
Since this is Silver Shamrock, what album what is this that you get instead of the Shamrock Shake that you ordered?
Wait, sorry.
Oh, great question.
What is this album? What did you get instead of the Shamrock Shake that you ordered?
Oh, no.
Pebbles. You get a big old bucket of like pebbles from outside.
Mick
Bucket and gravel.
Yeah, nice.
It's like, here's your shake, and you're like, this is a bag of gravel, miss. And they're like, are you trying to argue with Mrs. Ronald McDonald?
You know what it is for me?
What's that?
The person in the drive-through just looks into my car and then silently, wordlessly, takes off their socks, balls them up, throws them at me, closes the window.
Yeah.
For me, it's actually for you. You ordering a Shamrock Shake, and they give you just another piss jug for your car.
Another one
full, already full.
I'm already full up.
And they're like, but this is...
What am I going to do with 3 piss jugs?
Yeah.
I don't know. Empty them out, use them again, baby.
Wow, it would be great to only have 3.
Pike 207, 365 days till Halloween, smash. So this is
my favorite.
Yeah, I think this was the best one this week.
I have something to say about this one. Smash is the 3rd studio album released by American rock band The Offspring, released on April 8th, 1994 by Epitaph Records, your 6th birthday.
That was my 6th birthday, very well. Also, the day that they found Kurt Cobain. The day they found his body.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
Whoa.
Yeah. Your birthday was a bummer then, huh?
Yeah.
Everybody was like,
stupid, dumb shit, goddamn motherfucker.
God, what was the album we were talking about, or something we were talking about, where they released it 1 week after they found Kurt Cobain dead?
It was the Garfield joke book.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah. They found Kurt Cobain dead, and a week later they released Garfield's insults, put downs, and slams.
Pretty good.
That was so good.
Pretty good.
That was like one of my favorite pieces of research that I did. I'm like, really? All right. Well, that goes in the script. Smash was released on November 1st. One album. God damn it! One day after the previous Pike, Silver Shamrock.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is my favorite because the cover art was good.
The cover art looked
like
cool,
the cover of like a werewolf role-playing game from 1996, like the rules of a live-action role-playing game. It's like, oh, okay, I can vibe with that.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely does have that sort of aesthetic, 100%.
Yeah, so this was another noise album.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, oh, well, the Halloween series is over. Nope, motherfucker! One last one. Another noise album. A little more focused than the previous two for some parts.
Some.
For some parts.
For some parts.
There's like actually different parts here where he's playing different instruments and like holds a melody for sometimes like 10 to 20 seconds, but also not really. It's
also not really.
It's also
is
not
what I would
really
say as well.
at all. It's also just another one of these fucking noise albums.
Another fucking noise album.
Yeah. What do you think, Matt?
And it's great. It's a great soundtrack for a shot on VHS movie, but
Hell
apparently
yeah,
that's just a thing that's been done over and over again. And I know that he loves the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that he loves, which I guess has a more, I think the Texas Chainsaw Massacre had an atonal soundtrack, which is more, shrieks and zwoops and stuff like that. But I'm sure that he's a fan of Halloween, Michael Myers, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. And some of those soundtracks are just so lush, and I like ambient music, I like the vibe, and this is I don't know if it's a vibe, but this is definitely setting the table for something.
Yeah.
And even if it was just listening to the night, some the children of the night, some crickets or something, I'd be down for that, but it's just more still static. So
I hate to
very
see
well.
Mm-hmm.
Literally hate to see it. Yeah. No, and your summation of things is correct. Like it is something. It's just that something is not something that I want to listen to more of, because we've now listened to 31 of these in a row. Mm-hmm. Some of them are slightly musical. There's that one that has drums on it.
Yeah,
that's like
kind
of
that one.
That's the best one.
It was like 20 or 19 or something.
Yeah, but I'm grateful to be done. So in spirit of this one, I want you to tell me one of two things. You have a choice here. You have a red pill and a blue pill, and those respective pills are: you can tell me a story relating to The Offspring, or you can tell me a story of something that you are grateful to have finished with. Like when you finish something you are grateful to have finished or be done with. Starting with Matt.
Wow. I guess I can't really think of something that I'd love to finish. And you know what, man? Like The Offspring is fucking cool. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
I'm
a fan. Yeah, I like The Offspring.
Yeah.
Dexter Hall.
No, I legit.
Noodles.
Science and Noodle. He was my first interview when I did
Noodles.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah. Back when they performed at the Egan Center years and years ago.
Right.
They opened up for No Doubt, I believe, right? Or was that the tour where they had someone else opening up for them? Because my brother
Lit opened for No Doubt.
That's right.
Oh, nice.
That's right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, The Offspring are headliners, and they just recently sold their entire catalog of their music for $200 million
No shit,
or
that's
something.
Whoa, that's crazy.
I don't know if it's worth that much. That's crazy. Yeah. Good for Dexter Hall.
And that's everything. That's pretty fly for a white guy and everything. But I think the story I will tell you is that I think my second kiss ever. I was in a theater camp, and there was this guy who was, better looking, more attractive, and he was the star of the show. And he spit on me because I was just a dorky
sorry.
dude.
Can we pause real quick? When you say theater camp, were you in Alaska Theater of Youth?
Yeah.
Oh my God, with Shane and Wayne Mitchell?
Yeah.
Those are my motherfuckers. I love those guys. They're the best.
Oh, they're fantastic.
Yeah.
And I was actually, this is a story I think before Shane and Wayne took over. This is when Clayton
they were just
was still
members
there.
of it, and then they bought it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think that there was weird. It's been years. I think there was some sexual stuff that was happening with underage girls.
That's real bad
at that time, and so the guy who owned it hightailed it because that's what we're doing in a society, even back then. Is instead of putting people's feet to the fire and making them pay for their crimes, we just chase them out of town.
Right.
So,
whatever.
but yeah. And so I was just having an unfortunate situation, and this popular guy spit on me, and then everyone kind of gave him shit about it, and made him apologize. And so his apology was to have a girl kiss me. And so this girl kisses me, and then we go watch the Pretty Fly for a White Guy music video.
Like as a group, like
not all together, but it was just like one of those weird things where I just have this like weird situation where I get spit on and then kissed, and then I'm just like I take a moment to just like decompress or you know what it was? I was just in shock, and so I just went to the green room. MTV was on, and MTV at that time was playing Pretty Fly for a White Guy.
Uta Gleaton Glouten Globen. There we go, right
Give
there.
it to me, baby.
There we go. That's fucking incredible. Wow. Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, it's weird.
What you got, Britt?
Yeah, I don't really have anything.
That's fair.
I just remember Noodles had a custom, I want to say Ibanez guitar.
Uh-huh.
There was all of them were unique because at the end of the manufacturing process, they wrapped them in duct tape, like Noodles' guitar was. And so all of them had a different like duct tape wrapping pattern because they were hand wrapped. Which I think is pretty interesting.
That must have gotten really gross.
Yeah, I bet it did. Well, I think they actually finished it. They finished it over the duct tape, so they put a coat of
that's
clear coat.
cool.
So yeah, I think
that's
that
neat.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's fun. But yeah.
What's your favorite Offspring song?
Oh, Self-Esteem for sure. I mean, I know it's like generic. You know, it's one of their biggest hit songs, but that song.
It's not generic though. It's a very specific song about a very specific thing.
It's I think that song is really, really good. I think it's really well written, and I think that the lyrics are really good, and it still hits me in a point, like being a person that has been in a lot of shitty relationships with people that have been really shitty to me, like that song and the lyrics in that song specifically, like means something to me, I guess. And like when I hear it, it like hits this like visceral thing for me that I'm like, yeah, like this dude has been through the shit and he gets it. And the song doesn't come across as shitty. It just comes across as like, yeah, this is like a thing that I was going through with this person that was like treating me poorly, and like this is how I felt about it. And it seems to come from a really honest place, and I think it's a really fucking cool song. I don't know.
I'm gonna have to go with the song they opened their Woodstock '99 set with.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
All I want,
is
dude.
so
All I
fucking
want,
awesome.
dude.
Also, the opening of Crazy
Taxi banger.
Crazy Taxi.
Yeah.
I mean, that's honestly, in my opinion, one of the best punk songs.
It's
ever
such
made,
a good
straight
fucking
up.
song.
The chorus, like the harmonies, perfect. So perfect.
Hell
Yeah.
Hell yeah. What do you got, Matt?
No, I'm with you on Self-Esteem, honestly.
It's such a banger.
That song really hits.
Yeah.
You know what? Come Out and Play. It's also really good.
The bass line on that.
Yeah. Americana had come out, and so that guy who spit on me, his favorite song was what was the one where it's like, Brandon OD'd and died, and he would always sing that part because his name was Brandon.
Let's
the
go,
kids
Brandon.
Aren't all right. Yeah.
Shut up. Let's fuck
The
Brandon.
kids aren't all right.
Yeah,
That was
Bangers. Iconic band. We love to see him. Wow, we managed to make it through all the Halloween pikes. We did it. We're done. Woo!
Speaking of journeys,
Yeah.
I think it's time for us to take a journey together.
I think it is time for us to take a journey. Matt, will you come on a journey with us?
Happily.
Hell yes. Let's go into
Statements from the
Bucket Void. Oh my God. Oh my God. We're here. We're the part of the show where we do the thing, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. We're here. We're going to talk about comments on the internet, and it's going to be a time. So y'all ready? Let's do it. Let's kick it into it.
Let's jump right in.
We got YouTube comments. Pilfered from a few different places. Vic Boss says 4 years ago, I got really high and wandered in the dark to this. It's probably a good choice. That's what
I
you
saw
should
that.
do. Yeah.
Why would you do that? I guess that is the only situation where this album would be appropriate. So, like,
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll get into it, but there's motherfuckers that are doing psilocybin mushrooms to this stuff.
We'll get into
Imagine,
that. Yeah.
imagine like, and I'm imagining he didn't just like put on his headphones and like go outside in the dark. I'm imagining he put on some headphones, turned off the lights to his room.
Yes.
And just bumped into shit while listening to this album for half an hour.
Yes.
That's fair. I'm thinking he's like out in the woods though, like some shitty
definitely
stuff,
not that
but
adventurous. Vic Boss, not a real boss.
No.
He's more of a boss baby. And just running into shit in his room all night.
Yeah, I hate to see it.
Wow.
Speaking of hate to see it, YouTube user 813 Lynch says 2 years ago, I always do shroom tea for Halloween. I started it out on the 8 days till Halloween pike and into this one all the way to the pike that follows 365 till. So, 9 straight bucket mind benders. My friends split because the music was fucking with them way too much, and I was just laughing.
I think friends is a pretty strong term for him to use here.
He probably has friends. It's probably just like a girl that takes pity on him because she lives nearby and they've known each other for a long time.
It's not a girl, Spencer. It's not a girl. There's no way.
No, it's his homies that like are drinking big gulps with him outside the 7-Eleven on Sundays, and he's the one that has the shroom hookup. But fuck yeah, they left you.
Well, they already got their shrooms.
Yeah, they were like, what? I don't want to listen to this music. Like, it's really like spooky, and it's like I'm in a horror movie, which is not how I want to feel when I'm on mushrooms.
This guy has big lives in an extended stay motel energy.
Or potentially parents' basement energy.
Potentially. I'd say more cellar than basement.
Yes.
He's
definitely
a cellar
dweller. Yeah. Rats out of the cellar. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Hoodwinker79 says 5 years ago, I just shit myself.
Do you think that's a clitoral hoodwinker?
What?
Do you think you shit on a clit? Your clit shitter?
You could do that.
That's got to be a grind band name, right? Clit shitter?
Probably.
Or shitoral hood?
It's definitely not a band name.
Shitoris.
The shitterist.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty. That sounds like it could be a Demonic Squirrels song.
It will be. We're getting back together.
You're not wrong.
We're getting back together just to make Shitoris.
There you go.
But like, and then we'll become a post-punk girl, band, and it will be like She Taurus.
There you go. Oh, I like that. That's good.
Wait. Was it Greg that was... Wait, were you a 3 or 4 piece? Yeah. Wait.
Well, you're 3 piece.
4 piece.
Oh, 4 piece?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, because
Four.
Kid Chaos... What's his name?
Kid Chaos.
Kid Chaos.
Yeah, Caleb.
Yeah, Caleb, and also Ford, right?
No.
Chris Fanner.
Chris Fanner.
Yeah.
Cool. Hell yeah. Deep Alaska lore right there.
It's good stuff.
In response to this person shitting themselves, Jim Moeller says, Taco Bell the day after can be a bitch, but at least you have this to jam where you clean up.
Clean up. Do you actually...
That is the best. That is the best comment I've ever fucking heard.
I love the idea of being like, damn, dude, yeah, I also shit myself when I eat Taco Bell, but, you could put on this Buckethead Noise album where you, like, clean your shit-stained clothes.
I like how this guy has, like, fucking Spotify playlists of, oops, I shit my pants. Like, every time he fucking dumps on himself, he fucking like, oh, well, time to listen.
Time to listen to some music.
Time for Pike 207. That's my shit cleaning Pike. And then to jam along in this album is what I really find hilarious.
You're like,
someone's like grooving with it.
I think he's jamming his clothes into the wash.
Yes. And also jamming down his shame by trying not to remember this circumstance. Moving on, speaking of Jim Moeller, he left another comment on the same pike that said, I can't wait to see the looks on my dogs' faces when I play this for Halloween.
Is this the same Jim Moeller that was in charge of the Russiagate investigation?
Whoa. Hopefully. Yeah, he just like posts about his dogs on Buckethead albums.
And shitting his pants.
Shitting his pants because of Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I've never shit myself because of Taco Bell. Like, I don't know about y'all, but...
Former head of the FBI just shits himself and listens to Buckethead on his free time.
I mean, could be more problematic things to be into.
Yeah, he could listen to like Les Claypool albums.
And jerk off.
Yeah.
All right, you know what, guys? All right, here's an honest story that happened just super recently, and it really makes me appreciate this Pike a little bit more now because we had a COVID scare with our family, and so I was the only one that wasn't sick. My wife sends me away to an Airbnb, so I'm cosplaying as a middle-aged divorced dad.
Oh, hell yeah!
Sucks. So I go and I get myself some McDonald's to make me feel better.
Yeah,
and then I get fucking food poisoning.
No.
Fast forward, I'm having a dream where I have diarrhea, and I wake up. And I have diarrhea, and then I'm like, man, I'm just so glad I didn't shit the bed in the stranger's house. And I pull back the sheet, and I had shit the bed.
No!
38 years old, motherfucker. That was my Spud moment from Train Spotting. And I was like, oh my God.
It's
man.
You somehow hit bottom, but you didn't even do anything wrong.
Yeah.
I didn't drink anything. I didn't yell at my wife at all. I was just trying to...
You don't deserve this.
You're just like sitting there like crying in an AA meeting, and they're like, yeah, why are you here? And they're like, I don't know. I just shit my pants, man. Like, I need some support.
Liquidy. Yeah. And then I should have been jamming out to Pike 24/7.
Exactly. Well, you clean up.
It was 4 in the goddamn morning, and I break into this family's washing room, and I'm like, oh God, I need to do the fucking laundry.
I mean, because at that point you have to do the laundry before anybody finds out, because you can't have them know.
Dude, yeah,
it cannot be known what occurred.
That is a forbidden shame.
Yes.
That is literally it's a shame that is so far against the social contract that you're just not allowed to do it. Like, unless you have a serious disability. Like, if you're in a wheelchair, maybe you can get away with it.
I bet you could.
Or if you have like an extra chromosome, maybe you can pass it off. But other than that, like, no way.
Nope.
No way. If you have a legitimate credit card you can pay for that Airbnb with, you're not allowed to shit the bed.
It's gonna ruin my rating at the very least.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get 5
Your credit rating dips 50 points.
Fuck yeah, dude! I can't get that loan for my car anymore.
Mortgage officer's like, looks like you shit the bed.
At an Airbnb in 2021.
Solid employment history, but these bowels, I don't know, guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then I'd have to tell him, like, but I've decided to go vegetarian for fast food options. It changed my life.
Smart move. Smart move. Yeah.
And so that just popped into my head when you have shit yourself. Now you need to jam into some. That would have made me feel so much worse.
Yeah, imagine listening to noise music while you're cleaning up the shit.
And it's all a whole bunch of like Sparty synths. And that reminds me of what just happened.
Reminds me of
and it was
what
the
occurred.
Perfect time for it. It was 4 in the morning in the dead of winter.
That is truly cursed. Thank you for sharing.
Do you think there's ever been a person in Fairbanks, Alaska, who has had diarrhea outside in the winter, and the diarrhea has frozen the minute it exited their anus?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Frat boys do that all the time. It's like it's a pledge. It's how you get into
there's a gang in Fairbanks who just does that. Yeah,
it's called
the Fairbanks Police Department.
Totally. They will shit a log, and then they will stab a suspect with the shit, the frozen poop.
Shitsicle. Just like, they'll give him sepsis and kill him.
Yeah. That's an Alaskan pipeline right there.
I almost forgot about that. For those not aware, the Alaskan pipeline is one of those things that has existed on the internet, but probably not in real life for the past like 15 or 20 years. The idea is you take a shit in a condom, and put it in the freezer and freeze it and then use it as a dildo.
No one has done that.
No one's ever done that.
No
in
one has
life.
ever
I don't
done
think
that.
So. No.
My turds are too big.
Yeah. Straight up.
You have to go buy the Skin Elite Large.
Represent.
Shout out to Skin. You should you
Straight
should
up
sponsor our podcast.
Skin condoms are the best condoms.
They're the only ones I buy
As
now.
someone
yeah.
who dumps mad loads in weird strangers, you go for skins.
Speaking of which, moving on. Arthur Usher says 5 years ago, felt a bug crawl from my right nostril.
Whoa.
Are you a dead man?
Fall in the house of Arthur Usher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dense.
That's all I got.
Okay. Moving on. Yeah Man says, okay, this is too experimental for me. I love Bucket, huge fan, going to see him live soon, but this is just too spacey. And he spelled it like Kevin Spacey.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that.
No substance, 15 mins in. I'm still waiting for some crazy shit to drop, but still just creaking noises. Would make a good haunted house ride, though.
That was me. That was literally me.
Yeah, but after an hour and a half of being on a haunted house ride, you're like, seriously though, when does this end?
At
any time?
And in our case, it's been 16 hours of a haunted house ride.
That's true.
Which is quite a lot.
We have lived through 16 hours of Buckethead noise. Actually, to be fair, 15 and a half, because there was that one like real album.
Yeah, but there have been other Bucket Noise albums.
That's true. We have experienced at least, I'd say, probably a day's worth of Buckethead noise in our lives at this point.
Oh yeah, easily.
You guys are so close to being done. You're less than less than 100.
Yeah, he just released his 300th album.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got 5 that are unreleased. So, we've got at least another fucking 30 episodes to go?
Something like that.
Yeah, I mean, you have but you're closer to it though.
Closer. We're inching closer every week.
31 exactly after this.
Yeah, we're inching closer every week. We're getting there. We're gonna be there eventually. It's gonna be okay. One day. Moving on. Toast says, it's a dark story about someone getting smashed. Ooh. What's a good story about getting smashed, Matt?
Oh my god. Okay. So I had my first girlfriend where, lost my virginity and stuff like that. We went out to a bed and breakfast in
Nice.
Homer because, we had to make it special. And on the way back, I was, I was just a horny teenager,
Yeah.
And so I was like begging, like, hey, can I get a hand job? But she was driving. And so she was like, okay, kind of, sort of. And so she's like driving back from Homer, and she's like, just kind of like whacking me a little bit. And then a Princess tour bus drove by, and I got to see the driver, and he saw everything. And I saw the face of this tour bus driver go, as he passed by.
Perfect.
I love that.
Perfect.
Yeah. And I didn't even come.
I hate to see it.
That's the worst part.
That's the worst.
The worst.
As someone who also has not come from a hand job.
Yeah,
Bummer.
hand jobs are really like, let's...
I've had some nice hand jobs. They've been all right.
Well, it was just like, I've had some nice hand jobs too. And it was an inappropriate time. It was like, that one's literally on me. She was not only doing the work of driving, but then I'm like, oh, you should make me come too. I'm like, no. That wasn't cool on me.
It's like, hey, pat your head and rub your belly for like 15 minutes.
Now, if you were driving...
Yeah, that's fair.
Could be different.
That's fair. Yeah.
Could be a different vibe.
Roadhead is wonderful.
Roadhead is dangerous.
It is, but it's dangerously cool too.
One time, I was driving home from
dangerously cheesy.
One time I was driving home from Portland super late at night. It was after seeing a black metal show in Portland, and it was like 3 a.m, and I was getting Roadhead while driving home from Portland, and I was so tired, and I was also like so about to come that I just was like simultaneously driving, almost sleeping, and coming at the same time. And I'm so glad there was nobody else around me
Right,
on the
no,
road
so-
because like
so-
I was swerving all over.
So-
it was not good.
I know what you're talking like that moment at like 2:30 a.m. when you're jerking off for like the 5th time that day and you're really stoned and you jerk off and you bust
getting
and you're
weird.
just like, I'm done, and you like fall asleep in your fucking desk chair. You were at that point in life.
Yeah.
I've been
Sure.
there. Great point.
Yeah, I bet you have been there. It sounded really like a
It was a
story.
good
Spencer, I've been there in
experience.
your desk chair, all right, baby.
Nice. That's all that's what I'm here for.
Yep.
Moving on, we're going to talk about a news article that I found some comments on that I thought were pretty funny.
We got a lot of comments on our fucking Instagram. On
Yeah,
this.
so a news article going around stating DJ Ashba blames Buckethead for taking the coolness out of Guns N' Roses. Quote, he didn't fit.
He didn't fit because his dick was too big, baby.
Yeah.
yeah.
So DJ Ashba, if you're not familiar with him, I had never heard of this guy, but he literally looks like Bret Michaels.
No,
Like
no, Bret Michaels mixed with Chris Angel.
Yes,
100%.
he is literally the point of difference between Bret Michaels and Chris Angel. He is that kind of fucking guy. So that guy criticizing anyone for being cool,
Yeah,
not cool.
It looks like he has a
is
show
like,
on VH1 called like Rock of Mind Freak.
Yeah. Wow. So there were a lot of comments on this. Virtually everyone on all of these comment threads were defending Buckethead.
Like, literally,
almost no one was
on
like.
Facebook. He got absolutely ratioed.
Yeah.
Like
so,
there was like 3,000 comments and like 100 likes, but there was like 1,000 laughing emojis. Like
yeah, it was.
he got fucking ratioed.
Just absolutely wrecked.
Yeah.
Like nobody thought that was cool. So we're gonna talk about some of the Facebook comments for that. So Brian Aguilar says, "Cause when people think of cool, they think of DJ Ashba."
I like to believe that Brian Aguilar has something to do with the preamp company Aguilar, who makes
Probably.
bass and amp preamps, who are next level. Like
Yeah,
some of the best like 3 and 4 stage preamps you will ever hear. In
Yeah,
your life.
we love to
Incredible.
see it. We love to see it.
Yeah.
Lorne Fairbane says, Guns N' Roses list their edge when they got too big for their britches. They overinflated egos killed the band.
I mean, there's only one overinflated ego that killed that band. That's true, Lauren.
Yeah.
God, Lauren, you're a real cowboy motherfucker.
Yeah.
Look at you. Look at that beard. You're a beautiful man, Lauren.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. But Guns N' Roses releasing a new album next month. We're going to talk about it.
Hard School next month.
Speaking of which, Matt, actually, if interested, you would be an excellent person to talk about a new Guns N' Roses album with.
yeah, we would
Guys, if you'll have me back,
Yeah,
absolutely.
we would.
Let's do it.
Absolutely.
Let's get TNR and Matt, and
Yeah.
let's all talk about the new Guns N' Roses
So yeah, we're
record.
doing a monthly music cast now, and we would love to have you for that. That'd be great.
That'd be great.
That'd be great. I would love it. I haven't gotten to listen to a lot of new music, but if I can listen to Hard School and talk to you guys about it,
straight
it'd be
up.
awesome.
Wait, so is school spelled SKOOL?
It certainly is.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
Great
I
call.
didn't know that,
Great
but I
call.
just assumed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's great.
And so let me just like I don't mean to be on I'm not taking DJ Ashba's side, but if I can
Ashba,
play
yes.
if I can play devil's advocate, DJ Ashba, the also the
Devil's
guitar
Ashba
player
kid.
for Devil's Ashba. He's also the guitar player for 6 a.m. Nikki Sixx's band, and he comes from the school of glam metal, 1980s, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So when you take that, and then of course he's not going to think Buckethead is cool because this 52-year-old man who's dressing in Affliction, Chain Wallet, he's dressing like a side character in Tiger King.
Yeah.
Of course he's going to think a guy who wears a bucket on his head is just some weird freak.
That's a very good point.
But it's super
yeah.
weird to me because glam metal and like hair metal are one of those things where it is primarily interested on like aesthetics. And honestly, like the music kind of comes second. Obviously with Buckethead, the music comes first, but he is very aesthetically interesting at the same time.
That's true.
But at the same time, the least interesting aesthetics out of any musical genre. They're not even scarves. You just get some weird jeans you tease your hair up, and like
Yeah.
that's kind of the look.
like the DJ Ashba looks like so many guys who like go to my local like hip sports bar that's called Lime, and they're like they have like Journey cover bands play on Friday nights and shit.
Oh,
like
wow.
that. He is that exact guy who
That's the aesthetic for sure.
I feel like all of his jeans are made by fucking what's that? Either Lucky or
Yeah.
or that other one who like bedazzles the butts of their
I
pockets.
know what you're talking. I can't forget the name of it, but
you
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
True religion.
True religion. Yeah, there you go.
This
yeah.
is
True religion.
Ass motherfucker.
Yeah.
Aspa.
Yeah.
Aspa motherfucker. Yeah. Jack Samples, which that's his real name, that's an incredible fucking
He
name.
should be a DJ.
Yeah,
if
for
that's his
sure.
real name.
Says, all I know is I was watching Out Coke this Oh, sorry. This is a really hard one to read. All I know is I was watching and Out Coke this fuck with a chicken bucket in his head. They lost my return vice immediately. Nope, this ain't GNR.
So I think what he's trying to say is, all I know is I was watching and out comes this fuck with a chicken bucket on his head. They lost my return service immediately. Nope, this ain't GNR. Is how I interpret it. So he was a
doesn't
big fan
think
of
Buckethead
GNR,
is cool.
And,
yes.
and
okay.
he's like, oh wait, now they have Buckethead instead of Slash. I can't listen to this.
I can't come anymore.
Even though they're playing the exact same songs, and the only difference is
that the
Axl
guitar
Rose.
player is better.
The guitar player is better, and Axl Rose's voice has gotten much worse.
And he has cornrows.
That's it. Yeah, and yeah, he's wearing like a fucking 49ers jersey with cornrows now.
Yeah.
Like he looks like a fucking like Oakland drug dealer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But here we are, the 69ers, on our 69th episode. We got to just call back to that. 69, baby.
Nice.
Yeah, moving on.
Fuck you, Jack Samples.
Yeah,
That's all we
fuck
got.
that guy. Steve Blowen says, who the hell are you, Ashbaugh? Never heard of you. Buckethead is way too good for scums and hoses.
Scums and hoses. I love that.
Me too.
That's
I love
dope
that
as
too.
fuck.
That's
You know
great.
what?
That's great.
Big up, Steve.
Yeah.
Bloom.
We-
You're a real one. Dog.
Yeah.
That's some big dick energy right there. Scums and hoses.
He's like, butt guns and roses, Buckethead's tight.
hell yeah.
Which, yeah, we're into that. We're
This
into
dude
that.
fucks.
That's good
You
energy.
fuck, Steve.
Good
I love
energy.
you. Thank you.
Greg Kittens, which is a
love that
cool
name,
last
hell
name,
yeah.
says, I can't stand Guns N' Roses, but since Buckethead joined the band and they released Chinese Democracy, honestly, that's the only enjoyable listening experience I ever had. Great album.
I mean, I like your energy, Greg, but you are fundamentally wrong.
And also wearing a mask incorrectly in his profile photo.
And also wearing a fake third eye in his profile, which tells me he does a lot of bad acid.
And it's the only
Tool.
listening experience he's ever enjoyed.
Yeah.
Abbey Road
So-
sucks.
so this is like-
Sympathy for the Devil sucks.
Chinese Democracy, great album.
Yeah. Like everything, like, yeah.
The White Album, bullshit.
Sucks. Raffi sucks.
Exactly. I just like the diabolically intense take of Chinese Democracy is the only enjoyable listening experience I've ever had is fucking insane.
I mean, I think obviously he's talking about Guns N' Roses, but he doesn't qualify.
Yes, he
that.
doesn't qualify.
He doesn't
that.
qualify.
Yeah.
So I'm imagining him listen to like Miles Davis and be like, "Man, what is this fuking bullshit?" and throws it away.
I want Shackler's Revenge.
Puts on fucking Sorry, and he's like, "This is the shit." Like,
Raining Blood? Nah, better.
Coltrane, who? Fuck you. Beethoven, suck my dick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Truly diabolical. Dave Gowan says, Buckethead shouldn't be compared to anyone. He is badass. Also, autistic.
I think you nailed it.
A bold take, but possibly not wrong. A bold, it's fine.
Oh,
It's fine.
there we go.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, I'm down to 10% on my phone.
Oh,
so we're
that's
good.
good.
We're doing all right.
I'm doing all right.
I don't fundamentally disagree with this.
Yeah. I don't fundamentally disagree with it either. We're not even going to comment on it. Moving on. Okay, hold on. Moving on. There was another music article going around here, and I'm only going to share one comment about it, but there was recently a fight on Twitter between Blur and Gorillaz frontman Damon Albarn and Taylor Swift.
Not so much a fight, honestly.
Actually not. So, like, Damon's response and everything was actually, like, super legit.
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah.
his comment was taken out of context
Very
and
much so.
everything.
Yeah.
So Taylor was being a shitty person, but it doesn't matter. She didn't read the article. Whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Anyways, I'm not going to comment on that, but there was one comment on one of the articles about it that I thought was really funny.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to read it.
So basically, for context,
Yes.
Damon, whatever his name is.
Albarn?
From Blur and Gorillaz, said in an article that he's like kind of concerned with the direction that music is going, and he was
Pop music specifically.
Taylor Swift is an example, and said that like there's for each of the tracks she produces, there's like 10 to 20 different people credited on that track as writer, producer, whatever.
Yeah, and she's a co-writer.
Right. And so she's a
And so,
co-writer.
like,
and so it was taken out of context.
Well, in the article, he was talking about how like there's a big difference in the music industry between being a writer of a song and a co-writer on a song.
Right.
And in his like quote, his original quote, even he's like, I'm not talking shit about her and how she does stuff. It's just like to put it into perspective, like a co-writer can mean a lot of different things. That can be literally someone being like, hey, you should say the here instead. And then they get credited as a co-writer. It's like it can mean a lot of different things.
An interesting example being Beyonce's All the Single Ladies, If You Like It, Gotta Put a Ring on It or whatever, I believe has 11 different songwriters, none of them which are female.
Huh.
Lizzo also got that opening line from a tweet. Just took a DNA test. Turned out no one ever said that, but that was a tweet.
Yeah.
That bitch or something. I think it was.
That's right. Yeah.
And the person who wound up, writing the tweet actually got
which is awesome. Like
That's
big up to
pretty-
Lizzo.
yeah.
Lizzo is
100%.
I fucking love Lizzo. Like huge recommendation. Anyone who likes positive music, Lizzo makes me feel good to listen to.
Nice.
She just makes positive music, and she's a great singer and rapper. Cool shit.
Good body positivity stuff. I know that there's lots of
just
young
positivity
girls
in general. Honestly, like
good things. So what's this comment? I'm very curious.
So moving on,
and then I should probably run away after that because I'm getting text from the wife.
So this comment is from Facebook user Mikey Bones, who says, if Taylor Swift dated me, the album after would be about anal and empty parking lots, drinking malt liquor at 10 a.m., and smoking pot and betting on the ponies.
Mikey Bones is a one-man grindcore band.
Yes.
This dude fucks so hard. He only has one pair of pants, and they smell like cum because he never stops fucking.
It's an incredible comment. Incredible comment. I loved it. It was great. We have one left to go, and then we'll let you go, Mr. Matt. And that is a statement from the Britain and Spencer Void.
Oh, okay. I won't play the song if it's from you too.
On October 13th, 2018 at 8:21 p.m., I texted you, "What up, dude?" To which you responded, "We're at a 90s party at the Living Computer Museum." And I responded, "On a scale from Batman and Robin to twins, how much are you enjoying yourself?" To which you replied, "I'd say a solid Lethal Weapon 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
You fuck, Britt. You fuck.
No, that museum is actually straight up sick.
It's incredible, yeah.
They've
incredible.
got basically like every old gaming system they have.
Bye, Mr. Matt.
Thank you so much for joining us.
It was a blast.
We love you.
I'll see you for Hard School, brothers.
Absolutely.
Hard School.
I will hit you up with
Namaste.
that information. Indeed.
Happy
We'll see you
69,
later.
guys.
Thank you.
Rad,
thank you for
dude.
69ing with us, brother.
Later, dude. We
Hell
love
yeah.
to see him. We love to see him.
We love that.
We love that. And that is the end of the segment.
Statements from the Bucket Boy.
A Spencer, what do you have to recommend to me this week?
That's a great question. We're getting into it. Recommendations. I'm going to recommend something that we're going to make an episode about. It's something I actually planned a while ago, but then we didn't end up doing it. So we're going to do it again. We're actually, sorry, we're not going to do it again. We're going to do it for real. And that is, we are going to watch John Carpenter's Ghosts of Mars.
Excellent.
And then have a discussion with our friend Orion, aka Space Wizard in Space, about that film and its respective soundtrack.
I was going to say, we're also going to listen to the soundtrack.
Indeed.
Because that's the more important part, because almost the entire soundtrack is John Carpenter, Anthrax, and Buckethead.
Which is fucking rad.
Yeah.
So Ryan agreed to this like 6 months ago, and I'm going to hold him to it.
Oh, yeah.
So
he'll be
I'm
down.
announcing
He's
it
cool.
now, and
Yeah,
it'll be
yeah.
fine. So that's my recommendation.
Yeah.
So watch Ghosts of Mars, and
Love
we'll
that.
talk about that next week, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
What about you, man? What do you got to recommend?
I also have to recommend a movie. It is going to be 2014's Holbrook Twain, An American Odyssey, which is a documentary about a guy who did the longest running one-man show of all time for over 40 years of his life, almost 50 years. He played Mark Twain in a one-man show.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
weird.
And he died a few years ago, but it is an incredible, beautiful, like super intimate documentary. The entire thing is in black and white, and I just found it fascinating and beautiful. Huge recommendation.
That's super awesome.
Yeah,
that sounds cool.
Holbrook Twain from
Holbrook
2014.
Okay.
Beautiful film. Beautiful.
Sounds great.
Hell yeah.
Let's give it a listen. Let's
Yeah.
give it a look. Give it a vibe.
We love it.
Give it
We
a
love
scope.
Yes.
Is it time for my favorite part of the show?
I think it's time. You ready for some bucket jokes, biatch?
Yeah.
Bucket joke. Bucket joke.
Bucket joke.
What does Joey Ramone's ghost order at an Italian deli?
I don't know.
Gabba Gabba Ghoul. I keep getting mail for the last guy who lived in my apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what kind of name is current resident?
I hate that.
What are the careers of both Speed Racer animators and Travis Scott dependent on?
Oh no.
Auto-tune.
Nice. Nice. That so barely makes sense in the context of like a car racer. That's
But it's a cartoon about automobiles.
I know.
Auto-tune.
I get it. I got it.
Okay. Why was the surgeon reprimanded for performing a successful phallus transplant?
Why?
It was kind of a dick move.
Britt. Wow. What are we doing? What is this? Why would a living God stand by?
I made out with a stranger the other day, but it wasn't anything serious. It was tongue in cheek.
What?
I got some oatmeal body wash the other day. Worst breakfast I've ever had.
Tastes terrible.
What do NFTs and Tyra Banks have in common?
Oh God, what?
Both are unstable business models.
That's pretty good. Dude, one of your exes super into Tyra Banks. Hannah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Wild.
I know. When I first met her, that's all she would talk about to me is like Tyra Banks. And then I was like, hey, maybe you should listen to metal. And then she got super into metal.
Wild. Anyway.
I know.
Wow. You really ruined that one. What don't NFTs and fleshlights have in common?
I don't know.
That's it. That's all.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, in science news this week, scientists and nutritionists this week announced that it's possible to go for the rest of your life without food or water.
Uh-huh.
My coworker won't stop playing John Coltrane to annoy me, so I reported him for sexual harassment.
Yeah, that's legit. That's fair. HR will look into that. Yeah,
They hate Coltrane. Fucking corporations hate Coltrane.
they do.
If you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, why do they put reviews and a plot synopsis on the back?
Okay. So, like, realistically, like, that is actually an incredible point, and that's something that confused me as a child. Like, because I would hear, like, don't judge a book by its cover, but I was like, wait a minute, how are you supposed to know what the book is about?
Exactly. Well, why don't you just make a generic cover? Like, why aren't all covers black, if that's the point? Like, come on.
Like, I don't... Okay.
Yeah.
For real.
Do you think Italian chefs suffer from imposter syndrome?
Yes.
I tried to read a book of Snoopy comics on the plane the other day, but the flight attendant made me put it away, citing peanuts allergies. Because the comic is called Peanuts.
I get it. It's not safe. Not safe for work, peanuts.
Yeah. Speaking of not safe for work, Stephen King and his wife were having sex. She told him
Bullshit.
She told him to spread it, so he opened up his seminal 1986 novel. I'm going to close on this one. Why do soccer referees always carry a bottle of Windex during games?
I don't know.
Well, to avoid streaking.
Bucket joke.
Hey, we done it. We didn't done do do.
We did it. We did the whole thing. We did episode 69. We did. We managed to make it 69 episodes in. Big thank you to Mr. Matt Collins for hanging out with us. Big thank you to everybody.
Yeah, straight up. That's the 5th time Matt has been with us on the show.
Truly amazing. Yeah. We're always blessed to have him.
Absolutely.
What a legend.
Indeed.
If you want to follow Matt, you can. We will. How are we going to do that? We should. What is his YouTube channel?
Yeah, look up Matt Collins. Why not Alaska Comedy?
Yes.
In lieu of that, go ahead and just look at our episode description. I'll go ahead and put a link or just the name of it in there, whatever works best. I'm not sure if it'll actually like hyperlink to it.
Yes.
But definitely go take a look at that. I think it's only like 45 minutes or something like that. It's a great view on Alaska Comedy. It'll actually, I think, give you a great insight into like us in a way.
Yeah.
And also there's a great interview in there with Doug Stanhope, one of my favorite comedians personally. Absolute legend in the comedy scene.
Truly.
Especially the Alaska comedy scene. Dude has done some weird stuff up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Matt. Mr. Spencer, where can we find you?
Spencer.zone.
And that's Spencer, like Spencer for hire, with 2 S's, no C's, not like Spencer's Gifts.
Yes.
SPENSER.zone. You can find me at Dog Vorbis, or go ahead and hit us up on any socials at a Bucketcast, and I will respond to you.
Speaking of which, if you listen to this show, we're going to start a Discord for our show listening community. We'll be putting the link out there on the Bucketcast like socials
Thing.
Bucketcast things.
Yeah.
We'll put it in the episode description, an invite to that. But hey, if you want to build a community with us, if you want to talk to us, like that's, I think, going to be a good way of doing that. So we're gonna do that.
Honestly, like we love the Buckethead community, but we're in ways outliers.
A little different. Yeah. We're outsider art to the Buckethead community.
Like we love the Buckethead community. However,
we do.
You know, a big portion of them take things very seriously. And if you've been listening to the show for any amount of time, you know we fucking don't.
No.
We don't take anything seriously.
Well, we take some things seriously, but not things that matter.
True. Very true. Very true. Very true. So, you know, we want to be able to spread that Buckethead fandom, but also within our own kind of worldviews of, fuck it, nothing matters, shit's stupid and funny, let's have a laugh.
Hell yeah.
You know?
I'm into it.
Yeah. And so let's start that up, and we'll put that on all of our socials and probably in the episode description.
Hell fucking yeah.
You know what, Spencer?
What's that?
I've been Britain.
And I've been fucking Spencer. You've been listening to Gettin Head, a Bucketcast.
You know what? Stay fucking greasy, Bucketheads.
You know what? Namaste.